Today we're going to install this shower valve from Moen. This runs around $90. This is where we'll be installing it, and we want it to line up straight up against the wall and up that way. So in order for that to happen, what we're going to do is use the laser. So there you see, there's a laser, and that will give us our mark, exactly where it's going to go. So let's go ahead and do the next step. Let's go ahead and put a few screws in here. Next step we're going to do before we screw this guy in is go ahead and put in the plumbing for these guys to be able to plug in there real easy. So what we're going to do is connect these to, this is not a shark bite, you connect the pecs, and I'll show you how. So you connect it here, twist it on there, and that's how it goes. First thing we're going to have to do is put some Teflon tape on there. All right, so there she is, tightened up. What we want to do is get the measurement from here to the top of where our shower head is going to go. We'll need our measuring tape, and we'll go ahead and measure from that spot to here, which is approximately 3 feet. By the way, this tape is an awesome tape. It's called the Blue Monster tape. But this is awesome Teflon tape. It's pretty thick, not thin like the other stuff. You just give it 4 or 5 wraps and you're good to go. These guys do not leak. They have some cutters that are special cutters for this guy, but what I like to use are some pruning shears, and I'll show you guys how I use them. That right there is where our cut's gonna be. So we'll go ahead and just snip them. And so every time I cut with these shears, that's how I leave them. It leaves a little. So what I like to do is grab these same scissors and you just squeeze them. And it squeezes it back to the way it's supposed to be. First thing we need to do is go ahead and put in these clamps. And since we're using 1/2-inch pecs, we need 1/2-inch clamps. They have other connections that are shark bites, like the ones I have here. These are shark bites. You just slip them on, and they have these little teeth that grip on there, and they don't allow it to leak. They're awesome. They're really fast. You just slip them on there instead of using all these crimpers and these connections that I'm putting on. But they are a lot more expensive. You know, one of these will cost you, $10 for a connection. So just keep that in mind. But if cost is not an issue for you, well, then you could go ahead and buy the shark bites. But So you put the shark bite on there, then you slip this guy in there. Just like that. You leave them there, and then you grab these scissors or these crimpers, and those little teeth that are in there, you put it over that right there. And as long as it's over that, you're going to have a little blue light turn on once it squeezes it on there. See that little blue light that turned on? That's telling me it's done. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's a blue light right there. That means it's tight here. So you're done. Then after that, you just twist that off and he'll release it. Now what we're going to do is put our shower head on this end. We'll go ahead and slip this crimper right over the pecs. There we go. Slip this guy on there. And we'll go ahead and do the same thing. We'll crimp it down. That's what's cool about these crimpers is that blue light. It lets you know when you're done. This thing will never leak. Same thing, you want to go ahead and do that until the light turns on. You can see that. Then we'll crimp it until it turns blue. There it is. And so it's set up. So that's how we'll go ahead and hang them. And then we'll go ahead and be able to take these shark bites and we'll connect them there. There it is. The reason I like these shark bites is because they could be reused. So you have a special tool here that's a remover. You could pick it up at any hardware store. And what this does is you just click it right there and you kind of put pressure this way away from it and squeeze down and you're able to take them out. So you just press this way. And there it is. It removes them. And this guy, this cap, I'll be able to use another time. So these ones might be expensive, but this guy I'm able to reuse. If you're a homeowner, you might be able to use it when you're working on something or you have a leak. So it's cool to have a couple spares of these guys and one of these tools. They're inexpensive. This guy will cost you about $5. These guys are a little pricey. I think it'll cost you $10, $15 for a set of two. I believe I picked these up at Lowe's, but I'm sure your hardware store will have these. Okay, so here's another one. And water, you want to make sure your water's off. You don't want to have that on. This is pretty much your setup that you do if you want to install a shower valve. So those are all pretty much the steps. And then that is where our shower head will go. And now after this, since I got everything set up, we'll be able to go ahead and put in our tile. Tile up these walls. And we'll be pretty much ready to go with our tile. You know, I'll have to fill this in a little bit right here because that opening is a little too big. But our tile will land here. It'll come down, and then you just break this little part off. You keep this plastic in there, and then that way, when your mounting cap goes on here after you're done tiling, you'll tile all around this. It'll grab on and it'll tighten up. That's what I like to do, is keep this guy there so that way this plastic tightens up against the back of the tile. Or if you're putting up shower walls or anything, it'll tighten up behind this guy. But yeah, so that's pretty much the setup I like to use and the way I like to install the shower valves. If anybody has any suggestions or if they have a better way of doing it, go ahead, put it in the comments below. I'll catch you guys on the next one.